Welcome to my practice. Glad you are here. Thank you for viewing this video. Feel free to put on some nice, relaxing, calm music as you practice. Starting off in child's pose. Hips low, arms reach or relaxed overhead, palms to the mat. Let it go. Maybe set an intention for your practice. Rise up and walk the hands to the right, stacking the left palm over the right palm. Maybe sink the hips a little lower. Stay relaxed. Walking the hands back to center. Turn the left palm up. Lift the chest and slip that left arm underneath the chest for thread the needle, coming onto your left cheek or chin. Extending that right arm overhead to deepen the stretch. Slowly unwind, extend the left arm overhead as well. Both arms extend overhead for child's pose. And then walk over to the left, stacking the right palm now over the left palm. Gently lower that right arm towards the mat. Sink the hips low. And walk the hands back to center. Now let's lift the right arm, thread it under the left arm for thread the needle on the other side. Breathe deeply here into the shoulder. Slowly unthread, extend both arms overhead, and then come to all fours position. Turning the fingertips out to the side or towards the knees for a little wrist stretch. We can rock gently back and forth or just hold here. Be very careful. Listen to your body. Okay, this can be a pretty intense stretch on the wrists. Turn the hands back, fingertips towards the top of the mat. Walk the hands forward a little bit, curl the toes under, and lift those hips up for downward facing dog. Edging the heels towards the mat. Lifting the hips a little higher if you can. You can always come to downward facing dog or child's pose if you need a break during your practice. Walk the feet towards the top of the mat. Grasp the opposite elbows in a fold. Head heavy, chin toward the knees. Breathe and release the arms. Roll up one vertebra at a time to Tadasana. Inhale the arms overhead, palms together or in prayer. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, and then step that left foot back for a low lunge. Step the right foot back into plank. And then take your vinyasa flow, chaturanga, to upward facing dog, to downward facing dog. That's our flow. Walk the feet back to the top of the mat into a forward fold and roll one vertebra at a time up. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step that right foot back again for a low lunge. Step the left foot back into plank. Take your flow. Let's go at your own pace. Bend the knees, look forward. Step, hop, or walk back to fold to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise up, take the arms overhead, palms together. Exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale to chair. Knees soft, hips extend back. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step that left foot back now for a low lunge. Extend that right arm up towards the sky for easy twist to the right. Take that right hand back to the mat. Step that right foot back, take your flow. And the knees look forward. Step, hop, or walk back to the top of the mat into your fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise, taking the arms overhead, palms together. Exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, back to chair. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step that right foot back to a low lunge. Inhale the left arm now up to the sky for easy twist. Left hand back to the mat. Take your flow. Meet me in downward facing dog. You're doing great, by the way. Even though I can't see you. Extend the right leg towards the sky. Three-legged dog. Bring it all the way through for a low lunge. Step the left foot back forward to a forward fold. And then rise up, arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, and step that left foot back to a lunge. Rise up, warrior two, extending the arms out from the chest, palms down, gaze down that right arm. Bend that right knee deeply or as deep as you can. Inhale, peaceful warrior or reverse warrior. Exhale to extended angle. Little support here with that right elbow lightly on the right thigh. You can look up towards that left hand or up towards the ceiling. Really get some length here on the right side of the body, rooting and grounding that right foot outside of the right foot onto the mat. Excuse me, your left foot. Inhale, back to peaceful warrior, and cartwheel the arms down to the mat. To the lunge, take your flow. Inhale the left leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring it in between the hands, arms for a low lunge. Step up to a forward fold. And rise up, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to a fold and step that right foot back for a low lunge into warrior two on the other side. Extending the arms strongly out from the chest, palms down. Left knee bends over the left ankle into peaceful warrior. Exhale into that extended angle with your left elbow gently resting on your left thigh. Reach that right arm overhead next to the ear. Breathe. Release back into reverse warrior. Cartwheel the arms down to the top of the mat into a lunge and take your flow. Extend the right leg back, three-legged dog. Bring it to nose to knee, right knee to nose. Extend three-legged dog. Walk it all the way through for a low lunge. Step that left foot back to the top of the mat, forward fold. Rise up, take the arms overhead, palms together. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step that left foot back into a lunge. And back into warrior two. Prepare for triangle pose, extending that right leg, reverse triangle that is, and then back to warrior two into half moon. So use a block here if that helps. Left leg extends parallel to the earth. Left arm extends straight up, making a T with the arms. Do your best here. Great balance pose. One of my favorite. Really be expansive here. Lower back into peaceful warrior gently. And then into a side angle, hand to the mat or a block. Or back to that supported side angle with your elbow, right elbow gently resting on your right thigh. Release into peaceful warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the arms down to a low lunge. And then into a standing split. Left leg extends up towards the sky. Both legs extend here. And then deepen a bend in the right knee. Bring that left knee into the right back of the right knee. This is called a Shiva squat. So you go from standing split to bent knees. Back into your lunge. Take your flow. Extend the left leg, three-legged dog. Bring that left knee to the nose. Extend into three-legged dog. Step it forward for a low lunge. Step that right foot forward into a fold. Excuse me while I remove my socks. I tend to slip in my socks. Rise up, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step that right foot back into a lunge. Warrior two. Left arm extends forward now. Extend that right leg, that left leg into reverse triangle. And then coming into half moon on the other side. Right arm extends up towards the sky. Right leg parallel to the earth. Really be expansive here. Breathe. Use the glutes to lift that right leg a little. Release into peaceful warrior. Exhale into side angle, extended side angle here. Hand to a block, the floor, or again back to the thigh for a little more support. Release into peaceful warrior. Exhale into lunge. And then your standing split into Shiva squat. So really lift that right leg high, bend the left knee, take that right knee inside the left knee, extend, and then Shiva squat. Back into a low lunge, and then take your flow. Excuse me. Extend the right leg, three-legged dog. Bring it all the way through for a lunge. For pyramid pose. Use your blocks or no. It helps. I've kind of got short arms, so blocks help me keep my spine straight or extended. It's probably a better word. Back leg, front leg, extended, soft bend in the knee, and fold forward. Nose towards the knee. Still lengthening in the spine though. You might feel a stretch in the back leg, the front leg, or both. Relax the upper body. Release into Warrior 3. So find your balance here. Use your blocks. Lift that left leg as high as you can. Arms extend back. Be expansive through the chest. Lengthen the body here. Soft bend to that stance right leg. Return both feet to the mat into a fold. Walk the feet out wide, wider than hip width apart for our yoga squat. Bring the elbows inside the knees with the palms together at the heart. Malasana. And gently push the knees open, gently with your elbows. If you want a little more stretch. Hips sink low. You can wave the hands side to side, hands to mat, forward fold. Roll up one vertebra at a time. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step your left foot back, right foot back. Take your flow. Exhale into downward facing dog. Extend the left leg behind. Three-legged dog. Bring it up for a lunge. Find your blocks for pyramid pose. Again, the blocks are optional. Both legs extended, about a foot or 2 feet apart. Lengthen the spine as you bring your nose to your knee in a fold. Breathe. Relax the head, neck, and shoulders. Lift the hips. From here we go to Warrior 3. Extending that right leg behind, balancing on the left leg. Arms wing back, fingertips towards the feet, the back of the mat. Extend through the crown of the head, open the chest. Engage the shoulder blades together. Return that right foot to the mat into a fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step that left foot back, right foot back into our flow. Meet me in downward facing dog. Bend the knees, look forward. Step, hop, or walk back to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise up, arms overhead. Exhale, Tadasana, or mountain pose. Balance on the right foot now, or right leg. Lift the left knee, grab the back of the left foot behind you for dancer's pose. That right arm extends out from the chest, forward, open the chest, and gently kick that left foot into the left hand. Soft bend to the right knee. Just open up the torso here and breathe. Release. Arms stay overhead. Keep that left knee lifted for eagle pose. Left leg over right, left arm under right. Bring the palms together. Set the hips low. Now you can hook that left foot around the right calf. I don't have mine hooked. I've just got my left leg crossed over, so hook or no. Extend the fingertips towards the sky, deepen the stretch in the upper back, release the legs, release the arms. Inhale, arms up to the sky, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold. Step the left foot back, right foot back, take your flow. Come back to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold. Rise up, extend the arms overhead. Exhale, Tadasana. I'll shift the weight to the left leg. We're going to do this, repeat the same thing. Dancer pose. The right leg extended back. Left arm extends forward. Open the chest. Gently kick that right foot into the right hand behind you. Breathe. Eagle's pose. Cross the right leg over the left. Bend the hips. The right arm underneath the left arm. Palms together. Again, you can hook that right foot behind the left calf. Or just keep it crossed over. Lift the elbows towards the sky. And release, arms overhead. Exhale, Tadasana. Extend the arms overhead. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step back and take your flow. Bend the knees, look forward, and step to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise up, extend the arms overhead. Exhale, Tadasana. And shake the legs out. Little reset here. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step that left foot back, right foot back into downward facing dog. Extend the right leg behind, three-legged dog. And step that right foot into a lunge. Gently lower that left knee to the earth and rise up, crescent lunge. Into angel arms or half angel. Inhale the fingertips back up to the sky. Take that left hand to the mat, right hand extends up towards the sky for twisted lunge. Return that right hand to the mat, into lunge, and then walk over into a straddle. I'll take that right arm into the center of our legs and lift the left arm up to the sky. You can use a block here, give you a little more height. Lift the hips, rotate the spine. You can look up towards that right arm. Soften and breathe easy here. Right hand back to the block or mat. Come back to your lunge, forward lunge. Rise up into a high lunge. And then bring the hands to prayer and rotate to the right, bringing your left elbow outside that right knee or right thigh. Extend that back heel towards the back of the mat. Right ankle over the right knee. This can take a little bit of strength here. Do your best. If you need to, drop that left knee gently to the floor for a little more support. Release into lunge. Take your flow. Left leg back, three-legged dog. Bring it forward for a lunge. Gently drop the right knee back into crescent. This will repeat the same thing on the other side. Half angel arms. Inhale the arms back up to the sky. Right hand to the earth. Left arm reaches up towards the sky for twisted lunge. Like an easy twist if the back knee is lifted. Left hand back to the mat. Walk over into your straddle. Feet 90 degrees towards the long edge of the mat. Use a blocker, no. Right hand to the blocker mat. Left arm extends up towards the sky now. And a twisted straddle. Sometimes I get tongue-tied with these overdubs. Lengthen here, breathe into the back of the legs. Soften where you need to soften, and then lower the left hand back to the mat. Back into your lunge. Rise up into that high lunge, palms to your heart. Now for your twist, right elbow outside the left thigh. Takes a little balance here. Open the feet up, hip width apart or more for more balance. And I stack my fists here, actually palm over fist, but you can keep your hands at prayer. I have some wrist issues, so this is more comfortable for my wrists. Perhaps it would be for you too. Release into lunge, low lunge. Take your flow. Gently drop the knees to the earth. Come onto your elbows for an elbow plank. Engage the core. We'll take the right knee to the left elbow. Left knee to right elbow. And repeat. Just whatever feels fun here. Knees to elbows, either crisscrossing or left knee to left elbow. Just adding some movement to our elbow plank. Hips stay low, but not too low. You can't get your knees to your elbows. Hold. Lower the knees to the mat. Come up to all fours. And then take your flow. Go ahead and take a seated position and slowly make your way onto your back. Cross the right ankle over the left thigh, hands gently behind the neck. Press oblique crunches. Take the left shoulder towards that right knee and release. Exhale as you crunch. Inhale as you return. Lower back imprinted on the mat. Release. I'm going to do the other side. Right hand gently behind the neck. Left arm extends out on the mat for oblique crunches. Inhale to mat. Exhale, crunch. Shoulder to knee as opposed to elbow to knee. So keeping the chest open here. Release. Hug the knees in towards the chest. Rock side to side. That feels good on the lower back. Feet to earth. About a hip width apart. Arms relaxed by your side. Lift the hips up in bridge pose. Interlace the fingers underneath the hips. Draw the shoulders together to open the chest. Extend the right leg towards the sky. Lift those hips a little bit higher. Breathe. Engage the glutes and lower the right foot back to the floor. Release the hands, lower the hips. Windshield wiper the knees, and then lift the hips back up, interlace the fingers, open the chest. Extend the left leg towards the sky. Lift the hips a little bit higher if you can. Keep the chest open. Like press into that right foot, lifting higher. Left foot to the floor. Staying in bridge. Lift the hips. Release the hands, lower the hips to the floor. Windshield wiper the knees. Release the lower back. Cross the right ankle over the left thigh. A nice little hip stretch. You can extend your arms or gather your arms behind the left thigh or in front of the left shin. Whatever feels better for you. Keep the tailbone glued to the mat as you bring the knees closer to the chest. Release. Uncross the legs. Left shin crosses over now over right. Reach through the middle of the legs, grasping behind the right thigh or the right shin. Rooting around the tailbone as you bring the knees closer to your chest. Release, and windshield wiper the knees. Tuck the knees in. Reach behind the thighs, roll up or rock up. Come to all fours and then downward facing dog. Extend that right leg behind, three-legged dog. Now bring that right foot outside the right arm. A little bit deeper lunge here. And then gently let the right knee fall out. Bring that right hand gently inside the right knee as you turn that right foot out just a little bit. If it feels better, come down on your left elbow. And if you always need support underneath the knees, a pillow or blanket. Right hand back to mat. Into pigeon pose. So we bring that right knee underneath the chest. Soften the upper body. Rest your hands on your head on your hands or the mat. Just let it go here. Rise up. Downward facing dog. Extend the left leg, three-legged dog. Bring it all the way through, outside that left arm. For that inner thigh stretch on this side. And turn that left foot out, maybe to a 45-degree angle. Open the knee. Gently place that left hand inside your left knee. You can come down on your right elbow here if that feels better. Release, hands to mat, and then step that left knee underneath the chest. Extend the arms overhead or place them underneath your forehead for pigeon pose. Give your body time to relax here. Soften, relax, let go. Releasing the hip. Release and come to a sitting position. And then extend the left leg long. And take that right leg, right heel to the outside of the right hip for a quad stretch on the right leg. Then you come down to your elbows, or you can even lay all the way down here, back and shoulders to the mat. This is just enough for me. And at that, it's pretty intense. Breathe into that right quad as you extend that left leg long. Come back to a sitting position, but keep that left leg extended. Bring that right knee slowly up to the chest for a seated twist. hugging that right knee in with your left arm or hand. The right hand extends back behind you next to your right hip. Lengthen and then rotate to the right, looking over that right shoulder. Lengthening through the spine, crown of the head towards the sky. Each exhalation, see if you can rotate a little bit more. Release. Extend that right leg. We're going to do the same thing on the left side. Bending the left knee, taking the left heel to the left hip. Arms go behind or elbows. Or again, all the way down to the back and shoulders, flat on the mat, depending on how deep of a stretch you would like on that left quad. Relax the head and neck, looking straight ahead or up towards the sky. Breathe into that quad. As long as you don't feel any knee pain, you should be good. Any pain we want to avoid for sure. And into that seated twist, taking the left knee to the chest, right arm or hand hugs that left knee in close, left hand by your left hip. Rotate to the left as you look beyond that left shoulder. Slowly release. Bring the bottoms of your feet together, knees go out, and fold forward for inner thigh stretch or butterfly. Release. Extend that right leg long and reach that left arm up and over as we start to wrap things up. A nice stretch on the left side, reaching that arm overhead. Your gaze is up or down. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, extending that left leg, right leg bends in, and reach that right arm overhead for a side stretch on the right. Release. And come on down to the mat in a lying position. Hug your knees in. Rock side to side, making our way to Shavasana, extending both legs. Arms relaxed by our side. Thank you for viewing this video. Hope to see you next time. Namaste.